Sorry I'm late. Greetings and good day. This is Christopher Freeze here with Freeze Forge. Today we're going to be taking up this 6-hour knife challenge. This is something that I have been considering doing on my own accord for a little bit now, and I never never really got around to it. But I figure what better opportunity than this. Thankfully, I have found a spare moment, 6 of them in fact, in which I can actually do this. And what time we got here now? 1:34. I'm going to be working into the little bit later hours. That's not too bad though. Anyhow, these tongs are apparently just a little bit requiring some tweaking. I don't know why I picked those up. Anyway, yes, Vol1 made this challenge, put it out to everybody. I have a note sticky pad thing. Here it is. So your blade's got to be 6 to 9 inches long, 11 to 14 inches with the handle in total. I can do that. This is 14 inches. I've prepared my stock. It's a piece of leaf spring. See the leaf spring that it came from in the back corner there. I am not going to, the whole idea of this video, of this challenge, is to sort of emulate the Forged in Fire folk. And big props to the Forged in Fire folk, everybody who's gone on that show. It's from what I hear, it's an insanely intense experience. I'm pretty sure I can do it. Fairly sure, anyway. I've kind of played with the idea of seeing how long it takes me to forge a blade, and yeah, I think I'll be able to make this work. We'll see. Only one way to know for sure. I've never actually done it, but I'm pretty confident, I guess you could say, in my ability to do so. I guess only time will tell. When you watch Forged in Fire, you watch and you see, and they've got cameras cutting different angles all the time. They've got sound guys, they've got camera guys, they've got all these people doing all of these things. I ain't got none of that. And that's all done for the interest of the viewer. It's done to, you know, every 7 seconds you're supposed to change to a different angle or something like that to help keep the viewer's attention. Multiple studies have been done on this. TV does it all the time, works very well. In order to do that, I would never be able to make the time limits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to be in a blacksmith shop. Well, the blacksmith forges a knife, bladesmith in this case, forges a knife, and just how long it takes and all the stuff that you don't normally get to see. Vol1, he put on a, welded a bar onto the end of his. I thought that was a good idea, but then at the same time I also have these tongs that I made specifically for this task. And I don't know, I kind of like using them, so I think I'll just do that. It holds the stock very securely. In fact, it was made for stock almost exactly this size, so you can see they're just a little crooked. They hold it just a little bit off. They're not exactly in line. That bothers me. Oh, I'm not going to mess about with them. They work. They work fairly well. I think I see where that comes from. This part here just needs to be kinked that way a little bit. Whatever. So this is all the kind of stuff that goes on that you don't really get to see. So I figure it's an excellent opportunity to show you, without all the glitz and glamour of editing and sound guys and all that kind of stuff. So what do we got? We have 3 hours to forge and grind my blade. All right, let's do it. I have here, I prepared a couple of things. because I don't want to get, I don't know, bored's not the right word, but I want to be in my own head, I guess you could say, that long. I don't know, maybe some of you can relate to that. So I've got some music. Actually, it's not music. You see, I'm nursing a cold at the moment. I'm not nursing, I'm trying very hard not to get one, but it's coming. It's coming very quickly. So, what I decided I would do is go for it anyway, because probably tomorrow I'm going to be too sick, and also my I get one day off, and it's today. And yeah, I'm going to try and do this crazy freaking knife challenge with a cold. So there you go. There's an extra little bit of difficulty. I think I'm going to make a my knife. I think is going to be the handle. I'm going to do scales. I haven't had much success with scales in the past, but I have some very excellent scales that were made and sent to me by Tim. Where did I put those scales? Okay, they're in here somewhere. I just had them. I was looking at them. Ugh, whatever. This video is going to be long and brambly and, quite honestly, probably very boring. So I forgive you if you don't want to watch it, but this is the reality. This is what it is. A lot of kind of wandering around sometimes. Hopefully you can hear me very well. I'm going to try to be loud so that you can, and I can't find where my scales went. I'll find them while the steel's heating up, I suppose. We're going to get this underway, because not only do I have 3 hours, but I also have to work in the morning. Yeah. So, let's see, turn on my music here. Yes, I've done all of those. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to listen to, not music, but an audiobook. Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman is one of my favorite audiobooks, and I've listened to it more times than I can count. And here is going to be another fantastic example of just, I don't know, not an example, but just another opportunity to listen to it, because it's almost exactly 6 hours long, and I have 6 hours to work, so it should work fairly well, I think, time-wise. Yeah, we're playing now, okay. So I've got on here my clock. I want it to be visible at all times. So here we go. Here's my clock. We're started. Seven seconds in. Beautiful. The fire's heating up, the steel's heating up. I got Neil Gaiman in my head. That's good. I like it. Glasses on. lot of advertisers aren't too keen on, not advertisers, but people aren't too keen on brutal honesty. To be quite honest, stuff isn't that for me. But it works very well. What I need to do with these is just offset. Yeah, this one it goes out. This one needs to be doing the same thing so that they would match up, line up. I just haven't gotten around to it. I don't expect I will now. These aren't bad, they do the job. I can do better, I think. Getting warmer. Oh, don't kick those out of the way, I need those. I don't want to use this hammer. Thank you, Tim. He made this for me as well as the scales that I'm wandering around trying to find. Ah! They're right above the box. Tim made these scales for me, so I'm going to try and use them. I'm going to try and use these ones. They look pretty neat. I like them. Good hand size. little bit. I don't want it to be quite so hard. I'd consider just taking this stock, straightening it out, and just grinding. I want to take the blade, and I want to, you know how when you forge the blade, you basically start backwards. Normally I never do that. I'm going to try that. be a beast of a blade. I'm hoping to put just that bit of a curve in it, so it's going to slice nicely through the rope. So if I were to make it just straight, I would need to do a draw cut. But if it's got the slight curve built into the blade, I can just cut. Just blandishing that a little bit. When I was swinging there, I had a couple of not perfectly aligned. Now he speaks of Thor, the Thunderer. Huge he is, and red-bearded and strong, by far the strongest of all the gods. Minutes in. Doing all right. Nine inches is how big I'm going to make the blade. So that is exactly from the edge here to my hardy hole, the edge of my hardy hole. Perfect. That's an easy measurement that I don't have to come back to. I don't have to remeasure it. I can just check. ready to go. My anvil warmed up, put a piece of steel in there, and you let the heat soak into the anvil, preheat your anvil. It's March here in Canada. And while it's not cold anymore here on the island, it's certainly not warm out either. And everything is cold. Especially now. Grab this just right. This way, stand there and you wonder to yourself, are you making a huge mistake and are you going to wake up tomorrow just dead to the world? I got that going on right now. I'm not sure. Really get an appreciation of just how much the metal moves. Opened up the garage door just a bit, get a little bit more air for the winter. I've got the window wide open. But it gets pretty warm in here. Amazing how a 1,000+ degree fire will heat up a space, huh? Has just finished licking from the ice. Hooty, father of the gods. This is gonna be a beast of a blade. Ooh. Light the fire. Calipers, they're pretty good. They help with more accurate forging, and I can hold them in my pockets that I now have. Because I'm a little late to this party, job of not getting too many hammer marks in there, and I've got a bevel going on both sides. I like it. My bevel ends here. I'm going to bring that line up a little further. here. Do that in the next couple of beats. The soil is made from emir's flesh. The bones were piled up into mountains, cliffs, rocks and pebbles, the sand and gravel you see. These were emir's teeth. The fragments of bones were broken and crushed by Odin and Vili and May in the battle. The seas of the world were made from Ymir's blood. The inside of Ymir's skull is the sky, and the brains are the clouds. The fires from Muspel are the stars. Sparks from the fires of Muspel. So they made the stars out of. 26 minutes in. We're making good time, I think. I see some better blacksmiths than me hot brushing in this fashion. I'm not sure as to what the difference is, but normally I just kind of go like this. I'm not sure which is better, if there's a reason or if there's a difference. I'm curious, I guess a little bit. Both seem to work. Curve, so I'm going to go over the bells again. We've got time. It's coming. Once I get much closer to the final dimensions, I can check with this to see where I might need to go a little thinner or a little thicker, that kind of thing. If I need to go thinner, I just hammer on the flat. If I need to go thicker, I turn it up on the side and I hammer on the edge. Just on the spots where you see little bulges usually. bulge here. I can probably get that in now. There we go. Maybe hard to see, but we're at a cherry red right now. I know it doesn't look that way. I've got a great big light that I bought. And it casts all kind of wonderful light that blinds me, by the way. But it might have looked black, but cherry red. Just warm enough, I think. Could be wrong. I hope not. Otherwise, I just impregnated my blade with a great big foam. Half an hour in, right. He's talking about razzmatazz. I love razzmatazz. Here, help chop. Build for me a knife that will cut through a board, slice a knife, eat ice, and then shave. We're going to try. All that unreasonable of a request, really, honestly. The journeyman blacksmith, one of the tests that you do is you make a knife, and it has to go through tests very similar to this. It also wants you to bend the knife as well. I don't know if I'm going to do that, but that's not required for this. But for the journeyman blade test, it is. Maybe I will do that in a different knife. I don't know. length here. Yeah, we're doing good for length. All right. You know, fuckers, I have plenty of time to forge this blade. I am 35 minutes in. Yeah, I'm going pretty quick. 35 minutes in, I have an option. I can, it's hot. That's hot. It's good. I have an option. I can forge in this shermal, a little finger groove. Or I could use a grinder and grind it in. What I want to do. Do I want to forge it in? Do I want to grind it in? I need to flatten this out no matter what. It'd be easier to grind it out. I expected this to take me a lot longer. By knocking off that first bit, really did help lessen the amount of time needed to forge this. I figured it would take me an hour, maybe 2. I have 3 to forge and grind. This in, but I think I'm going to. I could forge it close, and that would end up with the result of having kind of bumps and stuff in the steel, and that's going to cause a need for more grinding later. And seeing as how this is already a consistently flat, like a consistent thickness all the way through from here to here. It's all the same thickness currently. I think I'm not going to touch that. I think of that natural characteristic of the stock. Then I'm just going to flatten this all out and get it ready. Boy, this is going to be a beast of a knife. And yet, a phone call has come through. Hello? Hi, you gotta be real quick. Ron is coming on. No. I'm getting a cold, and Rhiannon is going to catch a ride to class with Shane. No need for today. I'm just I'm doing some 3-hour blade forging How about that? I thought I was going to have to do more to flatten that up, but 9. Now, all right. That is 9 inches. And the handle is a dirty thing that I can't read. That is 6 inches. That's a little bit too long, but that's okay. We'll take off a little bit on the end there. No worries. In. I'm quite happy with where we're at for 42 minutes. I've never been able to afford to play this quickly before. Yeah, 15 inches total right now. Our maximum size is 14 inches. Oh, we got an extra inch in there, the handle. That's okay. I can deal with that with the grinder. I'm going to go over and I'm going to finalize my blade here. I can see it's got just a little bit of a sing off that way. You see? I really like having the light bouncing across like this. It allows you to inspect your work far better. I can't remember where I read that you should have light that bounces across the anvil this way towards you. But whoever that was that told me that, might have been in a video, I don't remember. Thank you. Thank you, you mysterious person, you. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. Just a little bit off. Not much. Just a little bit. Very accustomed to starting from stock that is already very close to where you're going to end up. I might want to do this more often. Very frequently, I'll start up with something like this, and I'll have to straighten it and forge it all into shape and everything like that. But I like this leaf spring stuff. Once it becomes economically viable, I'm going to just purchase stock and 1/4 inch, whatever, just forge that. Starting from known stock is a far better idea. This is, of course, unknown steel. Yes, it's from a spring. Likely to be 5160, but you don't actually know for sure unless you do a metallurgical test on it. And I don't have that kind of equipment. They call them a thimble-fingered incompetence. Brock's not buying it. Right here it comes at a curve. This curve means it is thicker here. It hasn't been drawn out to match this. That's the last bit. I could just grind that, but this is an opportunity to try out this hammer here and see how well it's going to work. All those fails I can just grind later. And I've got time. 49 minutes in. I realize you probably can't see my timer way back here. I'm very impressed that the light has stayed on. Probably because I have it charging. But you see that? 49 minutes. Walking 8th Street. I'm working. So am I. How wonderful is that? I love this tail. It's one of my favorites. if I want the top up here, I think I want to refine that just a little bit. I'm very happy with where I am at. Yes. Just a little bit of refinement, just the tip. Saying when it comes to Japanese swords that the tip should be the most beautiful thing, for it is the first and the last part of your weapon that your enemy will see. I like that. I always try to spend a little bit of extra attention to the very tip of the blade. I don't expect that this blade will ever meet an enemy. But if it does, they will marvel at its beauty before they are struck down by it. Provided I don't screw the whole thing up. Much better now. I like that a lot better. I got a lot more. One down. This is the secret to forging with coal. Fill yourself with so many chemicals that you can't possibly feel it. What I don't get about this story, as Neil Gaiman tells it, is that after they finish making Mjolnir, and Loki has bit at Brock's eyes and his hand and his neck and caused him incredible pain, so much in fact that he actually had to drop the bellows to swat the fly, which is Loki, off of his head, causing the handle of the Warhammer Mjolnir to be far shorter than was intended. He is then, in this telling, almost surprised that Loki went to such lengths to secure his own head. For it was Brock himself who decided that it would be best to put Loki's head on the line. There are other tellings in which Loki accidentally, or without thinking, speaks and says, "I would bet my head that you can't outdo anything that's in this bag here." And, okay, well there maybe, you know, you can be a little bit mad at Loki, but in this telling, Loki was bringing the challenge to them and trying to invoke a little bit of emotion, so that way he could, I think, better to compel them to take up the challenge, to not insult their pride, but to say that the others have, the sons of Vivaldi have said that, oh, that you can't outdo them, that they called you a fumble-figured incompetence. So then Brock says, well, why don't we bet your head on it then, huh? We win, we cut off your head. And then he seems upset that Loki has gone to the lengths that he has in order to try to secure his head. Of course he bit you! You're gonna take his head off if you win. You didn't care before, he does now. I don't know. That's just something that bugs me about that telling of it. Why would Brock be surprised? He's supposed to be very smart. I suppose maybe he's not surprised, but he's angry. But perhaps that angry comes from surprise. I'm not certain, but his emotional reaction seems... If he was so smart, he should have expected such a thing from the trickster. One moment. I think it's this final straightening and I'll stop being finicky with it. Once I get this edge just nice and straight. And I think I'm going to use this here. Hold it and crank it. Now seeing Mjolnir for the first time. I was Thor for Halloween, and so this was my Mjolnir. I intend to make my own Mjolnir, my own forging Mjolnir. One with 2 diagonal pins on it. I want it to be about 7 pounds, and I'm going to forge it to be in the same shape as you would find hammer pendants engraved in Denmark. See if I can do it. It'll be a fun hammer, I think, and I would very much like to have a hammer like that. How much fun would it be to forge with your own hammer of the gods? Here. That is a very straight edge. This part here is just off just a little bit. Just a touch. How many heats till you ruin it is a popular phrase at the Vancouver Blacksmiths Association, and I am curious of that myself at this moment. But there's just this little bit of a bulge up right here. 1 or 2 little taps is all it's going to take. But how many heats until I ruin it? Hoping to heat up just that part. Give it a couple little smacks, and that'll be that. We shall see. We shall see. This is going to be one hell of a weapon. I managed to achieve a hair shaving sharpness on a straight razor that I made using nothing but the grinder and some buffing wheels. I'm going to try and do that again. However, one of the criticisms, which I very much appreciate, thank you. One of the criticisms that I received for, I'm going to take this off. I'm talking about building the wall around Asgard. I'm just letting this cool. One of the criticisms that I received for my my straight razor was that I should have used stones in order to achieve my edge. And at the very least, I should have stropped the edge as well. Now, I'm not disagreeing with the stones idea, but I do believe that there is more than one way to skin that cat. And I still have the spots here on my arm. Now, I've never made a straight razor before, and so it could be very true. But I was able to get a hair shaving sharpness using nothing more than a belt grinder and a couple of buffing wheels. I'm wondering if I'll be able to get that, if I can use the belt grinder to get that same sharpness on here as I managed to achieve on the hollow grind that I did on the straight razor, which is, by the way, my very first time with a hollow grind. Now, I'm not going to do a hollow grind on this blade because this blade is going to be chopping through ice and chopping through wood and things like that. That's very different from what you want for shaving hair. I'm also not certain as to what I'm going to do when it comes to the tempering as well. Because normally I temper at 350 degrees and then once again at about 400 degrees. And I do that for 2 hour-long cycles, allowing it to cool off in between. I'm not sure that, from what I understand, that the tempering cycle is to be 1 hour, making for 7 hours total. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do. Would it be breaking the rules if I were to temper it as I normally do? Or perhaps I should be sure to temper it in the same way as everybody else. Maybe I will learn that tempering your blade is possible in a shorter amount of time than I previously had thought. I'm leaning more towards that. I've got a wonderful little tempering oven here. I'm not certain that you can see it, but it's just a little oven. I'm worried that this blade might be too. I'm going to take a measurement here. Again, this isn't anything spectacular or entertaining. This is what goes on when that you don't get to see. We're 1 hour and 14 minutes in. I like where we are. Where is my tape measure? I know where it is. It's over here. No, it's not. Okay, where's my tape measure? There it is. Found it. 13 inches. I won't be able to use my little oven for it. If I had a proper heat treating oven, that would be something, wouldn't it? Oh well. How are we doing here? Yeah, still quite hot, but significantly cooler than we were. That's good. And what I should do is normalize this, but I'm going to normalize it after I finish grinding on it. Grinding it. I like this. I've just got the most ever so much little bit of a sweep in that blade, and that's really going to help me when it comes to cutting that rope. That rope is I think what's going to give me the most pause. I wonder if I can cut through it properly. I'm going to need excellent edge alignment. I don't have any rope on hand. So after I set this in the oven, I'm going to very quickly run off, and I got to get two things. I've got to get my little 1x30 belt grinder, because I bought a leather belt for that to use for the purposes of stropping future blades. I can't remember who it was who suggested. There was a couple of people I think who suggested stropping my blades, especially the razors. So thank you. Like I said, I am very, very welcoming to constructive criticism, as should anybody be. There have been some who have been less than constructive. It's kind of amusing when somebody becomes very much so insulting and then is taken aback by the fact that you respond in kind. Some people's kids, eh? One other guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he took it upon himself to, I think it was when I was making a hammer out of a railroad spike. Some people have a great big hate boner for railroad spikes, it seems. And I made myself a little bit of a hammer out of a railroad spike, and I mean, it turns out as well as you would expect a railroad spike hammer to turn out. I don't even know where it is. Oh wait, here it is. But he decided he would take it upon himself to call me all sorts of names, and then got upset when I called him a few of his own. Pointed out a few things that I guess struck a nerve or two, and he seemed very surprised. Well, what do you expect? You sling shit. I'm not just gonna take it. I'll sling it back. Fuck you. Anyhow, I think that was just a little bit of Facebook drama. It was about 6 months later, and I was sharing one of my videos, and he goes, "Ah, now you've shared it to my page. Well, ha ha ha, I'm going to delete your post." And I informed him that I really don't care. And he seemed to be more surprised once again that I don't value the opinion of somebody who has no manners. Only comes up because I'm not certain, but I recognize the hat. I think he might be entered into this competition as well. If it is the same guy, I think we just got off on the wrong foot, really. If it's not the same guy, then that's great. If it is the same guy, it's curious. I'm excited to see how this blade does. I think it's going to end up working quite well. Much cooler now. Almost cold enough to touch, but not yet. I think I want to like cool it off faster, but at the same time I want to let it cool, just not to anneal it, but the faster it cools, the harder it will be to grind. And so I'm thinking that I should probably just let the heat slowly soak out of it. Soak is the wrong word. Slowly escape it. Slowly leave. But it makes for, I guess, ramblings. There's one other thing that I also have taken a liking to doing, and that is to use my flap wheel disc to clean off all of the forge scale, because in doing that, I save my belts. These discs aren't cheap, but my belts are more expensive, and the discs can take a little bit more than the belts can. There haven't been many people who have been outright dicks. That guy was one of them. And there was one other guy, and he's very skilled. He's been forging for a while, and he does a good job. But he's just a dick. That guy decided to criticize me. I'm always, like I said, welcome to constructive criticism. But when you straight up just start calling me names, that ain't constructive. Point out what I've done wrong, please. I adore that. I need that. Don't try to call me names. There are three kinds of people in this world. People that are going to love you, no matter what you do. People that are going to hate you, no matter what you do. And then there are the people that are on the fence. 33% are going to love you. 33% are going to hate you. Your job is to take the 33% in the middle and try to convince them to join your team. That's all I try to do. I can't please everybody, but those who I cannot matter not. So if you like me, that's great. We can have fun together. If you don't, fuck off. It was Joey Vandersteeg, who is a fantastic friend of mine, and he's been a phenomenal help. And he's really the reason why I make these videos. If you don't watch Joey Vandersteeg's videos, you really should. He's really doubled down on the YouTube videos, as have many of us. But he's really great. Well, you're still here. It's over. Go home. Well, I guess since you won't go away, I'll take this moment to thank my fantastic and wonderful patrons. You guys are amazing. Thank you very much. I love you long time.
Over here you'll find a couple of videos I've done. This one is my most recent upload, and this one is one that YouTube has decided via its algorithms that you might enjoy. We all know how wonderful and fantastic and perfect YouTube's algorithms are, so I'm sure you have nothing to fear. Okay, luck.